It's a major move right here, baby. You gotta get with it or get lost. You understand? Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday morning and I've just woken up. I'm washing my face, hence the reason I look like this. So this is me telling you guys how much I love you that I dare to show my naked bare face on the internet for the world to see. But last night I posted a new video on a look that I went out in last night called the Girls Night Out. It was beautiful purple and white and blue, and from my new palette range, this one here, which by the way, totally love it. It's a great palette, very much in love with it. So I thought that this morning I would get up and actually do the tutorial for you guys to have a look at. Okay guys, I'm back. I have prepped myself. I think I'm fairly organised here. Alright, so I'm going to show you how I do my face first. Usually I would just go for my new toy, which is the ID Bare Minerals, and just use powder. But I actually want a bit of a heavier coverage, so I'm actually, not that you would usually do this, but just today I'm actually going to use a light liquid foundation base as well. I used that last night and I found that it seemed to hold my powder even easier. I'm one of those people, I like a really heavy coverage, which is a little bit unusual. Most people would prefer just a more natural looking coverage, which this ID Bare Mineral stuff would be great for. I'm just totally blown away by the stuff. It's just amazing. So I'll start. First off, I'm going to use the ID Bare Minerals Skin Rever Upper, which is the base. And I'm actually going to put it on just before my foundation. Put in the palm of your hands, all over. I'm not particularly dainty about this job. I just get in there, I do it, I shove it on. Now most people use a foundation brush. When I'm working on a client, I use a foundation brush. For myself personally, I just like to use my hands. I find that the warmth of my hands allows me to spread and use my liquid foundation. I don't have to use as much, and I find that it spreads a lot more. Okay, so that's my ID Bare Minerals Rever Upper. It's really great, that stuff. It has a really nice cooling effect on your skin. Okay, so I'm going to use my foundation. I've actually got a Revlon foundation, which, to be totally honest with you, seems to be the best for my skin. I have really oily skin, and for some reason this stuff just stays put, and it really helps minimise my oiliness throughout the day. So all I'm doing is popping a little bit in the palm of my hand, at the sides. I don't know, probably about a circle about 2 centimetres wide. Okay, just like that, rubbing together quite vigorously. Most people are probably going to be mortified when they see me do this. Okay, and straight over my face. Now I'd be quite vigorous, as if you're applying moisturising cream. Get all over there. Okay. Good even coverage. Still got some stuff in my eyes from last night's makeup. Sorry about that. Okay, dragging it down your chin, down your throat. Now I didn't actually use a lot of foundation, but that has spread really well. Okay, nice and even. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my cream concealer. Just for my eyes, and I'm going to put a little bit on my beautiful coal sore, and so I'm going to put some on my coal sore and as an eyeshadow base. Okay, find that when I use a cream eyeshadow base, it holds my eyeshadow amazingly. I literally can do my makeup about 6 o'clock in the morning, and then it's still looking quite good and quite fresh around 6 o'clock that afternoon, you know, when I get home from work. So the one that I am using is the E Funkhauser. This is an awesome concealer. So this one is in the palette called Natural, so it comes with 3 shades. Okay, so I'm just going to lightly dip my finger in. I would usually use a brush, but because I've got the last of a coal sore, I don't want to cross-contaminate. If I use a brush and dip it into my palette, I could risk reinfecting myself, or, you know, God forbid, someone else. So just a little bit on my finger, across my eyelids, and underneath as well, because I do have a problem with circles under my eyes. And same on this side. I hope you can hear me, and I hope this comes out clear enough. I know my camera's not the best, but I'm going to also take photos step by step so that you guys can kind of see what I'm up to. Okay, so it should be nice and even. Back again. Sorry, my camera only takes shots for 3 minutes at a time. I don't know how to change it, so I just keep cutting in and out. Okay, so I've got my beautiful little kabuki brush here, okay, which comes in your kit. I've got a video on this kit as well. So basically, I just took mine upside down, I've got a nice amount to my lid there. Then I'm going to basically put my little kabuki brush in there, swirl it around, tap off too much excess, and then basically rotating and buffing around my face. It's incredible. Just like that. Now I've decided that this kit is actually I probably got a shade too light because I do tan quite easily. So what I'm doing is I'm using the warmth that they give you just to darken it up just a little bit. So you'll see me do that, but I'll just use this for now, and then when I need to, I'll go and purchase another one next shade up. So you see, I'm just taking my brush in there, swirling around, tipping it off, and then just applying, and just buff all around. And you just build up layer by layer by layer. Now I'm probably going to cut and edit a little bit of this. I might just make it 2 separate videos, because this can take a little bit of time, but it takes a bit of time for me because I like the heavy coverage, so I tend to do several layers, where most people are probably going to do 1 layer. And it's quite effortless, really. So I'm just buffing, making sure that you really do go down your neck. There's nothing worse than that foundation line across your jaw. Not pretty. So make sure you do buff down. Yes, and I know you guys are probably saying that you get makeup on your clothes, and I mean, it's the process on my face sometimes. It's not too much to get a good product, it usually doesn't come off too much. Okay, and just continue buffing. I hope you guys can see the condition of my skin, or the appearance of my skin. To me, it's really starting to look quite smooth and flawless. I hope you can see that in my video. I'll take a photo and show you kind of photos, stage by stage, throughout the tutorial. So I'm just thinking out loud, thinking how I'm going to edit this so that you guys can see it really, really well. I'm quite rough with myself when I've done my makeup, so I do apologise. I'm not like that when I do my clients. I'm very, very gentle. Okay, video's about to cut off. I'll start it again. My little pocket. Okay. So my little bit brush, I'm going to say, I'm going to get down here. I've got stuff in the top here. Just look at my hand. I'm making my set colour in there. Just looking at my cat, he's looking inside and take my thing. He's looking. Okay, so on the next slide. Okay, so I use it a bit darker, and then I like to use it as a blush on the top of my cheek, but not so heavy. Not as heavy as the contour like this one. So I'm just going to use it like that. And because the 2 shades, you know, are different. It's just different. Okay. Now I'd like to go over to my hairline. I've got quite a big face, and so I want to try and make it kind of slimline as much as I can. So just here for the hairline. Bit of shaping through my hairline, but a little bit forehead. Sorry, I haven't actually mixed my powder on my big brush very well, so still using my little big brush and my red contouring powder, we'll call it. Just on the side of my nose as well. And my chin, really define my jawline. But the great thing about this product is about this little beauty brush, it just builds up slowly. If you load your brush properly like I did before. So it just builds up slowly, which is really great. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good. What I'll do is, I will make this a stage 1 video. So I've covered my visual pulse pretty well. It's still a little bit obvious, but I mean, pulses are pretty hard to cover. So I'll take a photo of this and you can see my before and after of just my face, and then I will get into my girls' night outlook, and hope you guys like it. Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
This is the remix. Go ahead.